wish you all the best in everything that you're gonna be doing, in everything, in every space that you are right now. All we are saying is, be of your goodness, be the best, give out the best of you in each and every space where you might be, in each and every moment, space and time, in life, because life is all about us being of service. So what kind of service are you unto humanity? What kind of service are you unto creation at large? What kind of service are you unto other units of creation? What is your talent? What is your purpose in life? What is the idea of you? Who are you? Where are you from? Where are you going? These are most important questions that one needs to answer each and every day. Question yourself. Have a dialogue with yourself. Have a conversation with yourself. Never try and run away from yourself, because if you run away from yourself, you will lose yourself. When you lose yourself, you've lost your sense of a sense of life. Life loses meaning because yourself is aligned to your purpose to life. Your identity is aligned to your purpose to life. So what is your story? Why were you allowed to manifest, to be born actually? What is it that you brought into this dimension, into this world, into this planet? What is it that you have to release and give unto this world? Because the principle of life is all about, energies flowing each and every time. Energies, flowing each and every time. We receive energies from other channels, energy from other people, energies from other units of creation when we give out energies unto other units of creation. Simply as an example, according to science, they say, vegetation relies on carbon dioxide, for them to process, their life force, to process food, to remain alive, so their breath actually is carbon dioxide that we are giving out, and we depend on oxygen that the vegetation is giving out, you see. So there is nothing that is of waste. There is nothing that is useless in life. Everything has a meaning. Everything is very much important in life. The Creator could not just create things that don't have meaning. For everything there is an intent. For everything there is a purpose. For everything there is a reason behind it. And in each and everything, there is power that is encrypted therein. So all units of creation are interconnected and intertwined and interlined. They coexist in the principle of interdependence. So that is why they always say no man is an island. So you cannot say you wanna just be within your own space, you want to stay alone. That is impossible, because there are things that you need from other people. There are services that you need from other people. So if you have to receive, then you have to give. That's the principle. Duality, giving and receiving, coming and going. Excuse me about that. So that's the weather, it's kind of chilly outside there here in Johannesburg today. There is this chill. So winter is not ready to leave the space, but nothing remains within the same position or space. So everything is bound to shift into the other zone. So even times, winter, with seasons, they always go in a cycle of giving each other a chance to manifest and express the self, whether on its own is an expression of the personality of the creators, the infinite consciousness. So each and every type or kind of a weather is a specific, a manifestation of that specific personality of the creators, the infinite consciousness. So you also, as a reflection, a replica, a mimicry of creation at large, a mimicry of the infinite consciousness, you also have specific personality expression, of the infinite consciousness. So value yourself, see value within yourself, see power within yourself, see glory within yourself, see greatness within yourself. Never undermine who you are, never undermine yourself, and never undermine other people also, because each and everyone is an expression of the creators, an expression of the infinite consciousness we call God, Goddess, or whatever term you might use, according to your language or your belief system or your perception or your knowledge base, but the important thing is, Yeah, this is where we are. This is, how things are going. You check. So yeah, man, things keep going, things keep coming, so yeah, we hope, you live with the power, to manifest who you are, to give yourself fully unto creation, to bring yourself into this zone, of power. So we just have to live by that, motivation. We just have to live by that encouragement, that sense of determination, that sense of worth, self-worth, that sense of self-greatness, that sense of self-value. If you value yourself, you'll be able to value other people out there. You'll be able to value all life out there. You'll be able to value other creatures also, because in each and every unit of creation, there is an encryption, of the personality, the power, the character, the person, the substance, of the creator. So yeah, man, this is how it is. So never despair at any moment in time, remain like your phone, your phone, even when network is not, operational, the phone never despairs. It doesn't switch itself off. The phone will never just cut itself away from, the service, network service provider. It will remain where it is until network comes. So you also be of that character, so each and every time, this is where there is a probability also of, the idea of, containing yourself, the idea of expanding your consciousness, the idea of, bringing yourself to this zone, to this sphere, of power, because there is power in each and every soul. If God is powerful, if the creators are powerful, if angels are powerful, that simply means there is power in you also. In whatever circumstance, situation, or condition, or space, environment, or moment you're at, or phase, of life you are at, there is power in you. Remember that. Always, not just remember, always know that there is power in you. So it is only when you release the power is released when you activate, tap into it. Once you tap into it, it's just like, these things of, technology or science, as an example, there is power in the globe or the bulb, So even if the switch is off, there is power in the bulb. How do you get that? Just tap into the switch, switch on, tune in. You will see the globe, the light, bam. There is light into the space, so that is the power there is. So maybe your switch is off at the moment, and it's dark within your space. You're going through stuff. You're going through certain phases, of life. You are facing serious power of gravity that is pulling you down. But all I'm saying to you right in this moment, this morning is, remember there is power in you. Tap in, switch on the light, you'll see the light coming into your space. Tap into your self-awareness, your self-knowledge, because in your self-awareness and self-knowledge, there is power there. That is where power is, Remember, you are a replica, you are an image of the creators. You are this, infinite consciousness in human form. So it simply means you have power to create powerful realities, because after all, you have the mind. If we really understand how did creation come to be, it was by the power of thought first. The spirit of life had that power of thought, within it, the psychic body, and also the emotional body. That is the power of emotion. Remember emotion, when it is, consistently attuned, aligned, connected into certain intents, it becomes what they call passion. So the passion becomes the fuel now, that propels your thought into higher dimensions of creation now. You see, so there is the psychic body, the emotional body, then the willpower, which is the key of ignition. When you are igniting now, that is the willpower, because you can have all these things, but if you are not willing to do anything, it won't be done. It won't happen until, you are willing to do this thing. You check. So remember to apply this element, apply these blessings, apply these expressions of creation, apply these components of the creator within you. It's the psychic body, the power of the mind. So if the creator said, let there be light, what does it mean? Words are just an extension of thought. Words are just an expression of thoughts. Words are just a manifestation of thought. So the powerful thing there is thought. What is thought? Thought comes as an electrical current, that we project from our body of the mind. The mind is seated biologically, according to your anatomy, in the brain. So in the brain, there are a lot of cables of electrical, nature that carries electrical energy in terms of, the spirit of thought, the spirit of life, because your whole body is, commanded from the brain. The brain has specific brain centers, a multiplicity of them. Each and every brain center controls and commands a specific aspect of the body. It can be the limbic function, the function of your limb. It may be a specific limb. They are controlled from a specific zone of your body. It can be the sight, the sense of sight is controlled from a specific body. All your senses are controlled from a specific body. All your elements and the phenomena within you, they are each controlled from a specific brain center. You check what I'm saying? So if you have to master yourself, you have to master the mind. Master the mind, teach the brain, have power on your brain, feed life into your brain. But it's not just about your brain, but also feeding power into your mind, because you are the spirit of life. Then there is the mind, so command your mind what to think. You check what I'm saying? So that is how things happen, So the creator had these components, the creators had these components. You check what I'm saying, So if the creators had these components, and used these components to create creation as it is, even matter, there was no matter before. You can even go to myths and legends of ancient communities or ancient people. They all consistently refer to something. In the beginning, there was nothing. It was the spirit of life. So others go to this point of saying, in the beginning, it was just, chaos. Out of that chaos came the command of order. So chaos is just like, imagine the neutrons and the protons. They're just, flying in space interactively, interchangeably bumping on each other, just like that, with no format, with no synchronicity, with no rhythm, with no even, routine. Then there was a command of saying, let these things assemble themselves, the electrons, the neutrons, the protons, the molecules, everything. Let all these things, combine themselves into one thing. And then when they combine themselves, then the picture of the in the mind of the creators, whatever picture there was, then the creators say, let there be this. So the combination of those all elements, of life, reacted to the verbal invocation, the vibration of the words, that is the electrical current now, that contains, an encryption of the shape and format, of what can be, as seen in the picture of the mind of the creators. Then the electrons, components, all these hydrogen, oxygen, all the protons, neutrons, they combine themselves, align themselves in a specific format according to the command of the electrical charge from the mind, to create this. Then there was light from the sun, the moon, the stars. Then there was the now matter, rocks. There was this now substance, the four, all the elements of life: water, wind, earth. Everything, fire. Then everything now, water, wind, earth, fire, were combined again to create many other creations. So that's the process. But at the end of the day, all we are saying it all began with the mind, the power of the mind. So the power of the mind is the component, the tool, the mechanism that we use to create powerful creations. So it depends on how you use your mind, how you command your mind as a spirit of life. how you command your mind, your mind to command the brain. And also, how do you take care of your body, because a healthy mind can operate in a healthy body again. So the brain need to be very alive and healthy so that it can be more compatible with the vibrations of the mind, the commands of the mind, So this is how it happens now. You check. So you also have that power of the creators. So never stoop so low at any given moment and time and space. Never undermine yourself, never underrate yourself, never underweight yourself. Always overrate yourself, always overweight yourself. What is overweighting or underweighting? Is paying yourself, give yourself that power and the energy of life. That's how you pay yourself. Each and every time you do something great, you fuel this energy of appreciation of self, because when you're appreciating the thing that you just did, it's a self-appreciation in a way automatically, and the appreciation of the divine presence of the creators within you, So this is how things operate, This morning here from Mzansi Joburg City FM in Pandezamiti, we're here to talk about, you and the systematic means and ways, of creating powerful creations, So for doing anything, there is always formats, there's always, formulas also, there is always principles and laws also, so that you need to apply, in the creation of anything, So look at laws that govern our daily behavioral patterns, So these laws, they create the substance and the character and the nature of our behavior. That is our life. What you're talking about, how we interact within oneself and how we interact amongst each other, how we interact with the rest of creation is all based on the laws. So laws create who we become. You check what I'm saying. So principles and values are components, and also beliefs are components of the laws, because the law is a vehicle of all these things. You see. So we ride on the law, to get somewhere, to get into good behavior. We ride on the law of Ubuntu, the law of divinity, the law of holiness, the law of truthfulness, the law of justice, the law of divinity. We ride on that law so that we can reach into the divine aspect of our expressions, the divine aspect of who we are. So it's the laws, it's the format, it's the principle, it's the formula, of how do you achieve this. So there are formulas or formulae that we have to apply in creating creations. Today we're not just talking about maybe creations in a more careless manner. We emphasize beautiful creations, powerful creations, productive creations, useful creations, resourceful creation. This is what we are promoting here at Mzansi Joburg City FM, So yeah, because there are other creations that are opposite, antagonistic, of all this that we just mentioned. They are creations in their own way. Disharmony is a creation, disorder is a creation, evil is a creation, etc. Immorality is a creation, and etc. Which are all the opposite of the positive charge. The negative electrical charge is the opposite of the positive charge. So we're all about positivity. We're saying positivity. With no limit is how we live it. In our reality. So yeah, have positivity, multiply positivity, express positivity. With no limit in your reality creations. Your reality is your livity. We say livity, but it's how you live it. That is life, in its longevity, or any aspect or substance of it, So power of the self is what we are motivating people to ignite, to tap into, to manifest, the substance of goodness, the whole goodness, the all goodness within the self is what we are, emphasizing, and motivating and promoting within this space where we at, because there's no purpose for us to be here if there is no need for the motivation and encouragement, of goodness, holiness, morality, Ubuntu. You check, there is no point. So it is the need for the motivation of this. Why do we need to be motivated each and every day? Because, our imperfections are our perfections. You check. So in our imperfections, we are saying, let us never allow, the shortcomings, within ourselves, the negativity within ourselves, the weakness within ourselves, the vulnerability within ourselves to dominate our life spaces. We acknowledge that if we are, as we are, manifestations of creation, nature, the planet at large out there, it simply means also within us there is a negative charge. There is a negative current within us. There is negative energy within us. In as much as equally there is positive energy, there is positive charge. So it's all about how do you govern this thing? How do you bring, harmony within this, antagonistic nature, within yourself? So we motivate the promotion of the positive charge so that the expressions of, the inner energy, create harmony externally. Because you give what you have within dominantly. So if you have much of positive energy, positive consciousness, principled essence, order, harmony, love, respect, compassion, empathy, truth, justice, this is how you're gonna, this is what you're gonna radiate and project, out there. And remember, everything is all about energy. Forget about, just solidity, even yourself. So forget about your solidity. This solid matter called the bioassembly, the body, this anatomy, it's just your vehicle. But your life existence as a spirit, you are not limited, you're not entrapped, into this physical body. You still, have outer body experiences, that are timeless, that beat all the laws of science, physics, geography, biology, and everything. That is why, like, you can be in some spaces while physically you are still here. That is how powerful you were created. That is the glory of the infinite consciousness within you. You see, you travel spaces, you travel dimensions, you travel realms, you travel beyond, your physicality. As an example, during your sleep, state, what happens when you are asleep? The soul, the spirit, it never sleeps. It leaves the body in that place and it travels beyond time, in the potential future, in the distant past, near past, it travels beyond even the realms. That is why you see yourself in different, realms. You're meeting different life forms, entities also, you have an interaction and an experience, of everything somewhere out there. And when you wake up, you still remember, stuff was going on. And sometimes, you remember yourself, you were in some certain space, stuff was happening, and when you wake up, you feel tired and you ask yourself, what was going on? Why am I so tired if I was asleep? So it means I was supposed to wake up re-energized, rejuvenated, refueled, replenished. But why am I tired? Then you remember what happened during my sleep. I remember they call dreams. I dreamt I was somewhere with other people or other entities or other things out there doing other stuff. Maybe you were being chased by other entities, or other people, or other, life forms. Maybe you are doing some other stuff. Maybe you are traveling, so into other terrains and dimensions, so that is what, drew out your energy. That's why you're waking up, you are tired, so that simply means your spirit is not contained to this body. Your spirit is always, even connected to the external world in its entirety. That is why, as an example, you see, in your physical body, you have physical eyes, right? Your physical senses, physically hearing, physically smelling, physically everything. But there is a moment in time in space when you are in some certain space, and then you just feel like, no, something is not right. You have to go in this direction, but vibrations, vibes, within you are telling you that, no, I just don't have to travel, in this direction, So if you decide intently not to travel or not to take that direction, then the next time you might hear that something happened along the way where you diverted away from. So what was happening? What was that vibration? What was that feeling? They call it intuition or instinct, gut feeling. What is this thing? That is the eye of you as a soul, as a spirit. Outside your body, you have already traveled beyond the physical spot where you're physically at. You have traveled and seen and scanned and interacted with certain things, in the invisible realm that are happening out there that might have some certain impact on you. Maybe it can be a negative impact or a danger also. Then, the information is running from the subconscious, because the soul, the spirit, you is seated in the subconscious brain. Then it transfers information to the conscious brain. That is now you start feeling the conscious brain. Remember all the brain centers. So even that brain center of feeling, the gut feeling, is one that commands those vibrations, that specific feeling that makes you aware that there is something wrong somewhere. Let me now take a decision. That's self-responsibility now for self-preservation and self-guard. Let me not go in that direction. You are now intently deciding based on what the subconscious information or vibration or feeling that you had. So sometimes it's like you're meeting a person for the first time and you feel like, no, this person, no, man, I don't feel their energy. I'm not comfortable in their presence. You don't know this person. You're meeting this person for the first time. So what's happening? What's giving you this vibration? Are you just assuming stuff about this person based maybe on your previous experiences with the people you ever sometimes met? What's happening? No. The soul, the spirit is operating externally, from your bioassembly, the body, is in the spirit, in the space of this person, in the spirit realm, in the invisible realm. It's scanning the energy of this person and now it's relaying information to you to say, no, this person is not compatible with who you are. So there is some repulsive energy, between you as a spirit and that specific person as a spirit, So you have to take a decision as to how far you can go, with this person, or you just, divert or let go or cut, ties with the person. It's not just person, even the crowd, not just people, but even geographic spaces. There is a place where you get into for the first time. Maybe you are visiting, a certain city or a certain province or a certain country. You get into a certain space and like your spirit is saying, no, this place, I'm not feeling comfortable. There is no, like outside there, you can't see any danger. There is no threat. There are no criminals. You can't see anything that is awkward, but you're having this feeling of the vibrations of this place. I'm not feeling them. I'm not feeling secure. I'm not feeling comfortable, So if you are self-responsible, you take the decision, to move away from that space, go somewhere else, because, you are operating independently of your physical body. There are other elements and other things, that are there, present, and that are real beyond the invisible sight. They are real. You have, you've been exposed to stuff through energy vibrations. You have caught up the negative vibrations. So negative vibrations have the power to harmonize the inner person. Then you take a decision to move away from that space. That's self-care. So do you see how powerful you are? Do you see the power that you have? Only if you have this idea of seeking yourself, having a conversation yourself, observing yourself, learning yourself, and also teaching yourself, guiding yourself, prosecuting yourself, reprimanding yourself sometimes. So it is very important, people, to have this thing of self-knowledge, self-awareness, self-understanding. That thing will be the vehicle, that will drive you in the journey of your life, because you will know what is right for you and what is not right. You will know the types of people you have to hang with and type of people you don't have to hang with. Even if you are in an organization or a corporation or a business space, a congregation or anything, your soul will tell you that, you are not in the good presence. You are not in good company. So never force yourself, instead follow that vibration, that instinct, that feeling, because that is the all-knowingness part of you. If they say God is all-knowing, the infinite consciousness is all aware, is omnipresent also, is infinite, limitless. That is who you are. completely 100%. That is who you are. You are, you have the all-knowingness. That is why you can feel vibrations. The feeling, the gut feeling is the knowledge. You already know there's something wrong with this space, something wrong with this person, So let me cut myself away, from this person. That's self-preservation now. You check. So yeah, we are talking about, matters of the self, but